Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me here. I know it's been a hot minute since I posted a video. Um, so that's usually because I'm processing the readings that are coming out myself, just so that I can take a bird's eye view from the place of the heart, that ascended heart energy. And this reading is not going to resonate with everyone. It is a reading for those who have endured what feels like a lifelong journey um, through some very heavy energies since childhood. So if that doesn't sound like you, that's quite okay. I send you my love and gratitude for popping in today. And then for anyone who'd like to join the White Phoenix Odyssey community on Discord, I will have links in the description box below. I will keep away from people, places, and things as much as I possibly can, though I may need to use some examples. Um, so I'm not sure. Some of this may be triggering to some, though the message that I'm getting is one of a divine love and gratitude and honor for the path that you have chosen and that you have walked. And not only walked it, but you have completed it. You have come through this gate, this portal, this completion of a major, major cycle. There may be even some who have, it was like a 50-year cycle, I mean, it's a lifetime cycle. So, take that how it resonates. Um, so we see here, we have our angel, and she appears to be in a very dark place. And indeed, what I'm getting is the divine is saying that in this space, the majority of those who chose to come in this time would not be able to see the hand in front of the face. Like they would not be able to see in this space. So those who come into this space and have chosen to journey into a depth of darkness, which many would not be able to navigate, you've done so very well, though you may not have felt as though you had. And this is because of the level of darkness, the level of density that had to be traversed. And in rising through that, there have been levels of that density in which you had to take on that form in order to rise to a higher level of this darkness, a higher level of this density. And that may have looked or appeared or felt as though you had to be or had chosen to be the bad guy or the bad woman. um, take these things as they apply. The divine is not gender specific, though we can recognize a divine masculine and a divine feminine throughout this entire reading. And we all hold both. And for those who are resonating, you have an understanding that we do hold both of these energies within us, to a degree, because spirit, the divine, is really recognizing your purity, your heart through it all. And I'm talking major betrayals. These are betrayals that come through those you have entrusted your heart with for a time. And this can even go back as far as childhood. I feel very strongly that it does, that you came in with an innocence, with a purity, with this just love for humanity, for people, for animals, for the earth, you know, and that much of perhaps what you experienced, excuse me, and that perhaps much of what you experienced in your childhood or in your younger years, you really didn't want anyone to feel the pain that you knew, which was a very deep pain. We are talking about betrayals that cause sort of trauma bonds that even when we cut off that original source of trauma, the bond to the traumatic experience continues to repeat in a cyclic pattern. And we find ourselves experiencing these sorts of betrayals time and time again, though they can take many different forms. And it is through navigating these betrayals, they are betrayals of innocence, of the innocence, of your innocence, is what I'm hearing, where the purity and the innocence and the love that you came in with was almost stripped away, could have been stripped away from many, but not you. You came in with night vision. You were the light that the dark turned its back on. You are a portion of that light. You came in with that light, right? And so in your journey, you may meet the one who has turned his back on the light, the one who has grabbed a hold of the root that lives in the darker worlds, that one that no matter what you do to nurture the ground and the grass and the skies and the seas that you see around you, there was one underneath all of that that would like to just snatch those roots, right? So nothing can grow. What these energies did not realize is that you are that light. You may have been cloaked and came into a resonance, a frequency that was very dark, right? And that darkness may have cloaked your light to some degree. But the light that you hold is so strong that it gave you night vision. And in that night vision, you were able to see, okay, what a lot of those darker energies could not see right in front of their face until they came face to face with you. And that was a scary moment, possibly not just for them, but for you. And there came a choice point where perhaps you may have had to respond and react and make choices that were of a dark nature so that you could navigate these energies, right? So that you could maintain a higher level frequency of that darkness. Just as we try to raise our vibration, well, there's vibrations of the darkness, that we have to go through and traverse to even reach that point where it is light, you know? And so in navigating these energies of betrayal and trauma, and many of them may even involve different authorities. These may be more recent energies I'm picking up with, um, legal issues, possibly. It's like judge judgment systems, not justice systems, like judgment systems that have almost worked against you, not intentionally, although maybe. So some of this may carry into governmental systems, um, that perhaps failed you, even religious systems. So the judgments that were cast upon you during the times when perhaps you were having to navigate these darker energies and take on some of that darker energy yourself. So that may be, these are really heavy energies. These are the energies that some would say have to do dishonest things just to get out of dishonest situations. And I feel like perhaps that is why spirit, I really feel them looking at you like you're this innocent lamb, that the whole time, even through the moments where you had to make decisions to defeat this entity, this dark energy, whatever form it may have taken for you. But during these times, when you had to behave in that darkness, you had to take on a character of this darkness just to be able to rise. Your heart remained pure. So you may have done things or said things where you felt a heavy remorse or regret or a fear or shame that you would never be able to rise from just that character that you took on. Um, but it's that purity in the heart. You have always maintained this purity, and you've had a lot of third party interferences, also around that. That's that it may be people, organizations, um, family members, colleagues, friends. Um, it's really a path ridden with obstacles, you know. In this image, we see her walking through this path where the roots themselves, could threaten to trip her up, to trap her, um, as she faces the ultimate darkness. And so, in that time, you really had to learn how to discern and know where to put your feet, know what words to use. There was a level of cleverness that needed to be used to navigate through this pathway. Um, you really could not discern this level of deception had you not experienced it. And I'm hearing that through it, you, through this purity that you hold within yourself, it has allowed you to discover your your authentic self, your true self. Um, so you've been able to maintain that desire and that love for humanity and those around you when others may have taken out vengeance, would be one of the first words to my mind. Because, and almost even on a spiritual level, because I'm getting a very heavy, um, spiritual malpractice, a spiritual, um, misuse of power. So this may even entail, some of this darkness may even entail, um, those who have experienced the betrayal through their practices, or those that they, learned from, or, um, spiritual leaders. That could be, family members, it could be friends, it could be your church, your temple. Um, but I feel as though there's a heavy energy there where there was a misuse of that life force energy. And wow, wow, the creator is not intimidated by darkness or lack. The light you have carried within you is rare. So many would have folded. So many would have swung back. So many would have and could have done a lot of damage, greater damage, had they acted. It's that vengeance. Sometimes people, when faced with these situations where they realize the trauma of the betrayal of that bond, it becomes a blind rage. You overcame this need or this desire that initial desire that would wish to strike back. This is practicing patience on a very deep level, temperance, which is truly alchemy. It's truly being able to alchemize that pain into something beautiful, into something that serves the highest good of humanity. Because it is truly your desire, your heart's desire. And it's that light, that love, that whatever this darkness was for you did not see coming. It had its back turned. You have that night vision. There's also a very strong perception of unity through it all. It's almost as if we've come to a place where we have not only rewritten our story, but we have rewritten our story by living it as we wrote it. So we come to a place where we've realized the oneness in all of it, in all of it. A place of gratitude. I feel like Spirit saying, honor your path, that they honor your path because it's almost as if you don't even know and notice this in yourself. You know it, but to recognize the incredible amount of strength and wisdom and love and purity. And I mean, that that you carried, that how rare and unique you are for having made it to this point. You've had to be deliberate and precise at times that may have felt cold, selfish to some. But at the same time, you've had this keen sense of self preservation because of the light that you carry was so precious, so powerful. And there was something you carried out of this space. There was something in that depth, in that darkness. There was something, it was like the light declaring what is the light. As if there was a mission when you came in to go to that depth of darkness because there was something there that was the light that had been stolen. That the dark declared of its own from the beginning, and the light came in and said, not today. I'll take that with me. Thank you very much. I can see why the divine honors this path. Wow. Sorry, I get a little choked up on some of these, I guess. This is creating a path. This is the path of a truly benevolent leader, way shower. This is not someone who received their reward or their certificate or their degrees through books. This is someone who knows the path of darkness and how deep it goes, and how easily one can become that darkness. And also the challenges that arise, and transmuting that and transcending that and creating something beautiful in that. Not just something beautiful, but something that continues to give and give and give and give. It becomes the source of something that lasts. It is eternal. And yet we find ourselves at this precipice, at yet another choice point where we have chosen to follow our path, our heart's desire. This is very much your earth angel energy. And one who has chosen to follow their heart, their higher heart, their ascended heart. It's almost, and it may appear as though you do this for nothing, right? Though some may see you as having it all, as being that abundant, that that abundant spirit in their life or in their view, one who's in living in abundance. They truly have no idea, because what I'm hearing, it's like that saying, that it's the dragon's hoard. That's one of the images that I chose. This is the dragon's hoard. This is treasure stored in heaven. This is having stored rewards spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically, for a time such as this. But there is a choice that has to be made. Once again, a heart-based decision. And I feel it's a decision that you know that you are ready to make, but yet there's this sense of pause because there are some who are not making the same choice in energy. They're they're not coming with you. And this could be people that, if we look at people, places, and things, this may be some that you don't want to come with you. But this may also be some who are not coming. It's a sort of reverence or a sort of gratitude for their place. It's like a hope to see some again. I don't know, maybe you're moving further away from people. But it is a shift in timelines is what it is. It is a shift in consciousness. It is a higher perspective. And though you have appreciated and held this previous experience in gratitude, you have also been able to discern energies within in that space that were not serving your highest good or the highest good of humanity. This may, you know, it's like not, I feel like this is not my energy. It's like saying this is not the energy I choose to exist in. This is not the energy. It perhaps became too comfortable. Um, some may be recognizing it as, yeah, this is life changing. I'm taking this leap of faith. I'm going into this new timeline, and I cannot go into this new timeline with the manipulations, the deceptions, the betrayals, the misuse of power, um, that exists in this energy. And it may be that you are leaving some that you love in that energy so that you can move ahead. This is having rewritten your story, walked that path with a pure heart, with a desire and with a love for self and others, with an honor for the spirit and the guidance that you receive from within yourself. This is knowing that God, source, divine energy from within. This is having been guided the entire time by the divine, even in the missteps, even in the mischaracters, so that you could know both dark and light. And this has been mastered. You may not have even realized it just yet, because the energy that I'm feeling is someone who's taken a pause to look back, to look over the situation, to really recognize everything that has been accomplished. This is closing out a major life cycle. This is moving through a portal. of energy. It's like jumping timelines. It's that quantum leap into the unknown. But something in you tells you that there is something great on the other side of that portal. And spirit is looking, it's like an owl looking at a lamb. It is the weighing of the heart, because to make it through that portal, whoever this is someone with pure heart's intention, someone who does not seek self gain, who does not who does who does not cling to what was out of victimhood or a victim mentality. This is someone who has come to know who they are and the love that they carry and the value of that love, and knows that true abundance comes from within, in whatever form that may appear on the outside, whether it be finances, whether it be a home, relationships, resources, you know, emotional fulfillment. I feel like this is stepping into that portal of the dragon's hoard. And the divine has weighed the hearts. There has been a recording. That is what this image is. Some who go into this depth of a darkness, right? We are like recorders. We hold the energies, the knowledge, the the higher knowledge, that higher understanding, that higher wisdom that has been buried in a darkness so dense no other could see it, no other could carry it. It is a record of some sort, codes perhaps. This could be like codes. It could, there was something that came back from that darkness, something that the light in you claimed out of that darkness and brought back. And the hearts have been weighed. And I can see how that would cause someone in this energy to stop and pause, as if you see things others do not see. It's this never truly having wished anyone harm, only ever wished to be loved and to love. It is that and looking back or looking over these things one last time, taking that one last glance, that one last look over the experience and letting it go in honor and gratitude. It is having been able to maintain your true nature, your true character, your true honor, integrity, your your true divinity through it all, taking one last glance. This is celebrating who you are in the duality of this existence, as having a deep knowing and wisdom of life's contrast, and seeing the inherent unity in it all, how it all of it served a higher purpose. And for a time such as this, anyone who is faced with taking a leap and following their heart or their desire, whatever that may be, I would say go for it. This is this is something that's bringing in great abundance. It's bringing in great abundance. It it's also the divine. It's as if they really, and perhaps you even know, you know, as someone who operates and says, no, I do not receive payment for, say, the service or what I'm giving in this moment from this person, because you know that abundance is a natural state, that it will come. It may not come through that person, it may come through a different experience, another person, place, or thing. It's someone who has let go of their attachment to a specific outcome also. So there's no attachment to how you will receive. You just know through the practice of it that that receiving and giving is natural, and that where you are going now, where you are looking to leap into, that's that dragon's hoard energy that I picked up. This is leaping into those um, gifts, that level of abundance and prosperity that cannot be carried into such a dense energy. So perhaps when you were having to make decisions and take on a character that would not, or you did not perceive as a good natured character, um, to have that dragon's hoard within your reach, it would have also been in within reach of those who would have taken that from you. This is leaving behind a toxicity that really you couldn't have reached this level of abundance in this toxic, whatever caused this betrayal, this trauma, this injustice. um it's having to let go of all of that, knowing that you are closing this cycle, you are shifting to a whole new timeline. You are not the person that anyone ever thought you would be or were, and that where you are going is a huge contrast to where you have come from, and that those energies cannot come into that space. Mm-mm, mm-mm. No, you're being asked to take that leap. Justice has already been here. Justice has already weighed the hearts. That book, those records have already been read. All the facts are known. All the knowledge has been gathered. And it's time to take that leap. It may require being precise again, but this is also asking us to tap into that childlike wonder, that childlike awe, to really tap into that well of inspiration and creation. I feel there's a lot of inspiration, a lot of creative energy here. There's been a lot of ideas. Maybe some have been overwhelmed by the choices. Um, that have come up and are a little unsure of exactly what to choose. I'm hearing there is no wrong way here. Um, it's choosing, it's like a little kid in a toy room, right? They've got all these toys. And in the first 5 minutes, they'll go through every toy. Every toy will be on the floor. And then, half an hour later, they're quiet and they're sitting and playing with their favorite one, right? It's like choose your favorite one. You've tested, you've got an idea about all of them, not a full picture, a little hint, a little idea. Choose one, go with it, run with it, because there's great abundance ahead. This is, yeah, this is someone who has a clean heart, honesty. This is a time of prosperity and abundance, and it's like a bringer of abundance and prosperity. The abundance and the prosperity that you bring into others' lives is being honored by the divine. And a level of prosperity and abundance and love and peace and joy and health and wealth and resources and just of self of this level and this degree energetically. These lower vibrations, they don't exist there. They can't, not without becoming that. This is huge. I don't know the details of everything that you've been through, but you have a lot of ancestral support here. They feel you carry yourself with integrity, with honor, with a purity and innocence, a youth, a vibrancy, and they really want you to recognize that this is not only the ending of a cycle, right? But it is a rebirth. You have written a whole new narrative, a beautiful narrative that has come out of a dark place. Not many at all would come from. And I could almost imagine that there is going to be big surprise at just how high you rise and in those who I feel like some who will literally be in awe that you made it that far, this far. It's elegant. It's going with the flow. It's grace. Hmm. And there is, I mean, I feel like this is someone who doesn't even, or in the past, perhaps allowed things to happen and didn't really seek justice because their heart, they didn't they didn't want to be that person. They didn't want to be the one to seek justice, so they let it go. They let it go time and time and time again. And that perhaps in this last betrayal, this final reveal, whatever this is, there was a decision, there was a realization that while I acknowledge what my heart desires and I bring power to that, I also acknowledge that which my heart does not give consent to. And the need for boundaries, the need to stand firm and say, this is not allowed. This, it's almost a conscious and spiritual and energetic, emotional, mental level of recognizing the need to say what is and what is not allowed. And it's not out of some sense of spite or anger or resentment. It is just out of knowing that this boundary had to be made, that this cord had to be cut, because the next frequency on your journey, those things can't exist anyway. They they just can't go there, because what you hold is the dragon's hoard, and the divine is saying it is time for you to collect your reward. This is a place of celebration, a place of honor. It is a place of abundance and prosperity. It is new life. It is that rebirth. It is honoring the divine unity in both the dark and the light. It's like choose your treasure, choose the gift you wish to present. It's all safe. Anything you thought you lost? No, no. Anything that may have been taken from you was never truly taken. It was all part of weighing the hearts, was all part of seeing the dark and the light. Mm-mm. It's really amazing reading. This is a practice of seeing oneself as part of the cosmos, as and recognizing that cyclic nature. It's the micro, the macro, and it's also choosing the jewels that we adorn ourselves with, the connections is what I'm hearing, the connections, and letting go of that connection to the old self, letting go of our connection to that old story, because there is a vision. There is enchantment and curiosity in this vision. it may it may be too that some are taking a final, what do you call, little bit of a vacation from it, like sitting back and taking that final rest, that healing rest. That may be part of that pause. It's like taking time to breathe, to rest, to heal, because the journey that lays ahead is is amazing. It's I don't think it's going to look, I think it's going to be more. I feel it's more than what you may even expect. That you may find yourself in the next year, 3 years to 5 years, even having transformed into, I feel this is like your pure heart's desire, that those dreams that you have of helping others, of being able to bring that abundance and prosperity to others spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, and all these levels, this is where you will see yourself. It may not look like you think it does, and times where you start to feel that energy, I hear spirit saying stay positive, because it's even greater than what you think. It's, I don't feel this is something that you can see right now. um yeah, there may, this is like an energy of having a little bit of an epiphany or a revelation. Um, you may even find yourself having increased dreams. I would follow those. Definitely, definitely keep a dreams is very big in this. Also, I don't know if I touched on that. Um, It's really that miracle energy. So just know that you're going into a huge transformation. Pay attention to your signs, symbols, your synchronicities. You may find yourself becoming passionate, um, and learning a higher spiritual practice, or learning like a higher level. I don't know how to describe that. Um, yeah, I don't know if anyone, like I heard injury case. So someone may have something to do in a legal or governmental system. And I feel like that's coming out in your favor. Um, Anyone who may be wrapping up some final shoestrings or strings in a governmental agency of some sort. Um, I feel like that's going to work out for you. Mm. And there may have some, yeah, there may be some who are healing. Perhaps there was some physical healing also that needed to take place. And I feel like that healing will begin to show effect. It may, I don't know if that's part of the pause, um, but I feel physical healing coming through. Um, and again, just it's like the divine honoring your commitment and your strength through this entire experience and ordeal. I feel like this is an energy who has had to navigate these levels more than once. It's like, wow. And I feel a lot of joy coming up, like I could laugh. I feel myself wanting to laugh, take a deep breath. It's like that big sigh of relief that comes through. It's been a lot of hard work getting to this point. I'll tell you, this is mastery level work, internal work that is now taking. I believe it's ready to be brought into manifestation on the physical realm. Wow. Yeah. So, congratulations, really, because I don't know if this is going to make a whole lot of sense for everyone. Um, I just see we have the creator. This creator has written out or dreamt up, or there's something about this vision that it has been in the works. And perhaps you already have the story around it, the ideas, the outline of it. Um, and it's just bringing it into that oneness, that place. I feel like I mean, it's here. It is here. I just, it takes that leap of faith. It takes looking at all of whatever this was, this betrayal, over however many times you've experienced it, or it's come about, or cycled in and out again. Um, and just recognizing it for what it is. Your heart knows. Your heart knows where it wants to go. Follow that, take that leap, because that's where you start bringing in all of those jewels, all of those tokens, all of those medallions, all of the experience that you've been going through since for a long time. I feel for some, perhaps even back to childhood. It's almost like the walk of an earth angel. And it's time to bring all of that into physical manifestation. It's like where you're going, you won't experience anything like this again. You may have other challenges, but that's to be, expected. This is the polarities that we live in this earth. Um, but it also is an experience of one who can then turn and lead. It is a very benevolent um, leadership energy. So I have no doubt that the path that you are on as you take that leap into this new world, this new dream, this new version of who you are, and honor who you are. I feel there's already someone watching you who may be watching in silence, but they're watching in admiration. And it is through that admiration that you are already leading some into their own dragon's hoard energy. So have faith. It may feel as though your words at times have fell on deaf ears, or that your um, giving has gone unnoticed, your generosity, your gentleness, your kindness. Um, there are some who it absolutely has transformed their energy. Your energy has transformed their energy in a big way. It has at least caused some major um, shakeups here. You have a very transformative energy. You have to have gone through what I'm looking at. I mean, this is this is really betrayal on every level in every element, whether you call it air, water, fire, earth, spirit, emotions, mental, physical, what I mean, I honor you and I thank you for your time and your energy. And I am going to send you on with love and gratitude for the light that you have brought into this earth. And congratulations. I'll see you on the other side.